Hey guys, this is Elysium. Welcome back to another video. Today I have something really special for you guys. Today I want to show you guys this Google document. It's a Genshin Impact team building resource. It's a tier list. It's a team building guide. It's a DPS simulator. This thing even shows you some of the best compositions in the game, and you don't even have to mess with the DPS simulator. It's really great. It's updated daily, and I just have to show you guys this. It is so awesome. Let's just dive right into it, okay? This first page is a tier list. And now what's interesting about this tier list is that because he's actually gone and made a DPS simulator, this tier list is probably more accurate than any other tier list that you'll see any other person make, because there's always going to be that prejudice. There's always going to be that, I think this guy does more, but I don't know for sure. This tier list is actually backed up by a simulator. So this is probably the most solid tier list that you can actually find right now for the game. And it's pretty accurate too. As you can see right up at the top, both Venti and Fischl are S plus tier, right? And then Diluc is S tier, and this all makes sense so far, right? Kiki is S tier and falling into the A and the B. And what's really cool about this is this particular tier list actually helps you find what you may need in your team composition, because he's actually split this into multiple sections, so you can see, okay, these champions are really good in Abyss, these champions are good as support, you know, etc, etc. And this guide has a bunch of tabs, right? And he's got a lot of really solid information here on how to build teams. Like, it's not just a simulator, and it's not just a, well, these compositions do best. This guy has actually gone out of their way to help people make their own teams. So you don't need to follow the quote meta, because this is a single player game, so you don't have to follow the meta. You can plug your favorite characters into the DPS sim and just find what the best setup for them particularly is. And it's just a ton of really, really good information here on how to build a team and what to look for and what not to look for. He has a write-up here on what stats do, so you can actually figure out what each stat does, so that you can look to build a character properly. So you can actually read here the math behind every stat in the game, and then you can understand your character and what they should be building and how they should be being used to put out the most DPS possible. It's really, really, really cool. He even has a Abyss guide here, which helps you set up the best teams for clearing floors, because a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people are very lazy, and I'm guilty of this myself. You will just build one team, and you'll go into the Abyss and try to smash your way through it, just every floor, even though every floor changes, so that if you really want to be good at clearing Abyss, having multiple team setups and multiple elements available to yourself will help you get through the Abyss easier than if you just take one or two teams in the same way over and over and over again and try to clear it that way. You can do it that way, sure, but this guide really, really helps with particular floor information to help you get through these hurdles that you may be hitting. Floor 9, floor 10, floor 12, helping you push those floors so that you can get that Primogem currency that is going to be resetting here in about 5 days. And as you can see here, it's really good, detailed information on every single floor, all the way up to floor 12. So if you're having trouble pushing these later floors, you can come here and get some really, really good information on how to push your Abyss farther before the reset happens, both now and later. Alright guys, now we're really getting into the good stuff. This is the DPS Simulator. This thing is amazing. This thing takes into account so many different things, and it's just such a good resource here. And I want to just show you guys how to use this DPS Simulator because it's so nice on figuring out what weapons should I be using, what artifact sets should I be using, what stats should I be building for. Am I playing my team comp properly? Should I be doing something to make my DPS potential more efficient? So to make this calculator work, first off, you're going to need to click right here, this link right here. This will create a copy of this spreadsheet for you so that it will actually unlock the functionality of the DPS Simulator itself. And I've done that right here. And I've actually gone ahead and plugged my current team into this calculator, and you can see that my max potential DPS with this team is 22,000 damage per second. And I've achieved this by messing with these artifact sets and messing with these base stats to get the largest possible number that I can in this cell right here. And there's a bunch of optional things here that you can mess with. Like, I have Bidu as my current DPS, and I was thinking, well, Bidu's charged attack is really good. Should I use that? And then you can click this, and it'll tell you whether or not you should be using the charged attack on your DPS. And the answer here is clearly very much no, right? And even if I go in here and change the artifact set to Chivalry, I can see that that just hurts it even more, right? So, like, you can fiddle with this, and you can eventually find the best setup for your team in particular by messing with these options here and looking for the highest number possible in this cell right here. It covers some really good stuff here, like Bennett's Q buff, whether you're in it or not, time wasted by your abilities, whether you want the calculator to take in to that account, those cutscenes where you can't do anything while you're casting an ability, whether or not your Geo Animo Traveler is doing a realistic E-cast or not on the enemy. You can change your enemy type that you're fighting. You can change the artifact quality. You can change the stats of your artifacts. You can change the artifact sets themselves. You can change your weapons. It's amazing. I love this thing so much because it helped me find the best composition I could possibly find with the characters that I want to use. For example, look at this here. Beta's E. Use it on cooldown? No, don't use it on cooldown. Beta's E is only really good optimally used as a block. Don't tap E. So things like this, like, it really helps you learn how to play your composition on top of how to build your composition. But you might be thinking, Elysium, I'm too lazy for this. I don't want to fiddle with the calculator. Just tell me what's good. This guy has actually gone and done that too. You can see the best compositions in the meta at the moment. He's gone through his calculator and he's found the highest DPS compositions in the game. Currently, the highest composition with the most damage output in the game is Diluc, Xingling, Fischl, and an Animo support, which is usually Venti. Venti is currently the best Animo support in the game. That is the best team in the game right now. It's doing amazing 33,000 damage per second. It's crazy. You can see I have my team comp right here. I don't have Venti, so I'm using the main character instead, and mine is only doing 24,000 damage, and then even after that, with my current items and artifacts that I have available to me, I'm still only doing 22,000 of the potential 24,000 that I could be doing. It's really great, too, because he's gone in and made these little annotations everywhere to help you understand better what his thinking is when he's making these compositions. And it's not only here, it's back in the tier list everywhere. These little black notification things here help you understand his point of thinking, which makes this guide so much better than just looking at it and assuming something. And he's gone through the trouble to make tons of different compositions that could be viable, that you could have right now. Electro teams, pyro teams, cryo teams, hydro teams. He's got a benchmark team here for the free-to-play cookie cutter squad, so that you can see what the benchmark DPS is that the devs give you to begin with at the start of the game. So you can compare that to what you're running at the moment, either in the DPS Simulator or copying one of the potential setups here. Now, it's important to remember that team compositions aren't everything. You still have to get the right artifacts and the right weapons on these heroes to do these DPS amounts, but it gives you a good idea on how to run your team comps in terms of characters. Look at this. He's even got a Geo comp here. That's crazy. If I had Ningguang, I'd actually be running this. But, again, you can look, and it's like, he's got notes here too. It's like, well, you gotta have Venti. Well, I'm not pulling Venti. Screw Venti. Personal opinion. And lastly, guys, he's got a list here of every character in the game and their base statistics laid out in a graph, so you can quickly reference any base statistics without needing to go into game and trying to kind of like estimate what they might be without taking off all your gear. So you can see what all of the base statistics are for each character in the game. And that about wraps up this video here, guys. Thanks for watching. I will be linking this resource in the video description below. If this helped you guys out, please, please, please leave a subscription or a like on the video. It helps me out tremendously. You can also catch me anytime at Elysium_Kali on Twitch. The link is also in the description down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Elysium out.